question given. You're asked to evaluate the surface integral. Now choice is yours whether to apply surface integral technique or by converting this form of the integral to another form of the integral. That all depends on the kind of surface. Can you identify this surface? What kind of surface it is? Is it open surface or closed surface? How this surface looks like? Unless you recognize the surface, you can't do anything. Remember that whether it is a multiple integral or a surface integral, we need to visualize the graph. Otherwise, we can do nothing. Can you identify this?
Open, sir.
Huh? Just think again. I think we discussed this already. This kind of surface.
Cylinder, sir.
See, cylinder has a constant radius, right? But here the radius is ranging from 0 to 3.
3.
Can you see that? Because this is always greater than or equal to 0. That means it's actually 0 less than or equal to, right? This can never be negative. So when x square plus y square equal to 0, then what happens? Z equal to 0.
Cone.
That means it is a point lies on the xy plane. The x square plus y square equal to 9, under root 9 is 3. As somebody said,
Cone, sir.
it is the cone. It is a combination of circles. It is a combination of circles continuously varying from 0 to 3. Did you realize this point? So this is a cone. Okay. So is it open surface or closed surface? Your surface is just this one. It is just a combination of circles. It is just combination of circles. Combination of circles will be closed surface or open surface. Combination of circles will form an open surface, right? It is open at the top. Can you visualize this?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is the surface. This is the cone for which upper part is the boundary. What is the boundary of this cone? The circle x square plus y square equal to 9. Is it okay? That is the boundary. Now what is the orientation of this boundary? Can you tell me the orientation of this boundary? By default we have to give the positive orientation, right? Because outward normal n cap is the outward normal vector. N cap is the outward normal vector. You have to give the orientation to the boundary in such a way that your surface is to your left hand side. Your surface is to your left hand side. So for the circle, should I give the orientation like this, or should I go the orientation like this? Think that you are walking along a curve, along this curve. You walk along this boundary on the top of the cone in such a way that your cone is always to your left hand side. Outer surface of the cone is to your left hand side. So should I go in left side or should I go through right side?
Right side.
Right side.
If I go through right side, is it not to my right side? Imagine that you are standing here, walking along this. Your cone is outer part of the cone is this. So is this to your right side or left side?
Right side, sir.
But positive orientation means the surface must be to your left side, no?
Yes, sir.
So what should be the orientation? How should you go? This
Left.
left side. You have to go through left direction. Do you remember yesterday I discussed about upper hemisphere and the lower hemisphere? If in case of a upper hemisphere, the orientation is like this. In case of a lower hemisphere, the orientation is like this. I said. You remember it. It all depends on to which surface you are seeing it as a boundary. To which surface you are seeing it as a boundary. That matters. Both are positive orientations. Whereas one orientation you see it as an anti-clockwise, other orientation you see it as a clockwise. This is clockwise orientation, but it is positive orientation with reference to lower hemisphere. This is anti-clockwise orientation, but this is positive orientation with respect to upper hemisphere. So don't think that clockwise is always negative, anti-clockwise is always positive. No, it all depends upon the surface and the boundary. Okay. So here this is a positive orientation, which is actually a clockwise orientation to the circle. Is it okay? So that is a very important point. Now if you can see the amount of work involved if you try to do this problem in regular method. What is method 1? Method 1 is, so this is an open surface. So we do agree that this is an open surface. To this C is the boundary. So this is what? This is nothing but C. This is the boundary C, and this is the surface S. So method 1 is by taking the projection of this surface on xy plane and do it in a regular surface integral way. What is that? Curl f bar dot n bar ds is equals to r over s is equal to this. What is open surface? Equal to double integral over rxy f del curl f bar dot n cap dy dx by modulus of n bar dot k bar, and n cap is del phi by mod del phi. What is del phi? N cap is del phi by mod del phi, where phi is equals to x square plus y square minus z square. And you can see when you simplify del cross f bar dot n bar and the modulus of n bar dot k bar and do all these things, definitely it will contain z. Z is under root of x square plus y square, which will be there in the denominator. And finding the surface integral in this method is not feasible. It will take so much of time. It's not that easy to evaluate the surface integral. What is the second method? Because it is an open surface, now I can apply Stokes theorem. So method 2 is apply Stokes theorem. If I apply Stokes theorem, what do you get? Because the question is asked to evaluate. How do you evaluate is my choice. Apply Stokes theorem. That means what? Surface integral over S curl f bar dot n bar is equal to integral over C f bar dot dr bar. So what I want to do is to find out the line integral. But where is this C? Where is this C? X square plus y square equal to what? What is x square plus y square? 9. C is a circle. Where is this circle? Put x square plus y square equal to 9 here. The circle is on z equal to 3 plane. Can you see that? This is in the space. It is not on the xy plane. Do you agree? So when z equal to 3, what is dz? 0. Therefore, integral over C f bar dot dr bar is actually equal to integral over C f1 dx plus f2 dy plus f3 dz. But what is dz? 0. What is f1? First component minus y dx plus what is f2? X dy. That's it. Since dz equal to 0. Now how do you evaluate this integral? You have to integrate over a circle. Okay, you have to integrate over a circle. Where is the circle? And not on z equal to 0, but it is on z equal to 3. Z equal to 3 plane. So tell me, what is the orientation of this circle? Now what kind of orientation it is? Can you see? When you are viewing from the top, what kind of orientation it is? Is it clockwise or anti-clockwise?
Clockwise.
Clockwise. Orientation is clockwise. Okay, so what is this point? What is the center of the circle? 0, 0, 3. Is it okay? Center of the circle is 0, 0, 3 because z equal to 0. So what could be your parametric substitution then? Let x equal to y equal to radius is 3. So what could be the substitution? X equal to
3 cos theta.
3 cos.
3 cos.
I said don't use
T,
theta.
R.
T.
T.
R and theta for polar coordinates. No, you are integrating over the boundary. You are not integrating over the disk. You are integrating over the circle only. If you are integrating over the region, use polar coordinates R and theta. R cos theta, R varies from 0 to 3, theta varies from 0 to 2 pi. But here that is not the case. No, y equal to 3 sin t. And how t is varying? Tell me. Should I write 0 to 2 pi? If I write 0 to 2 pi, orientation will be anti-clockwise. But our orientation is clockwise. So what should I write here? 2 pi to 0. Then you will get the clockwise orientation. Do you agree? So this is where you have to be careful in taking the limits. Because the orientation is along a clockwise direction, limits are not from 0 to 2 pi, limits have to be from 2 pi to 0. Now let us see it in the next page. Then what is dx? Dx will be so integral f bar dot dr bar will be, therefore integral over c f bar dot dr bar is equals to integral over c y dx. What can you tell me this function? X dy minus y dx. X dy minus y dx over c. So this is what is x? 3 cos t. What is derivative of dy? Because y equal to 3 sin t, this is going to be 3 cos t dt plus I think this line is not necessary. Plus what is not plus? Minus y is 3 sin t and dx is minus 3 sin t dt and t varies from 2 pi to 0. So this is what? 3 3s are 9, 3 3s are 9, minus into minus plus. So I can take 9 common. 2 pi to 0 cos square t plus sin square t dt. So this is 9 times 2 pi to 0 1 dt. So this is 9 t times from 2 pi to 0. So this is 9 times 0 minus 2 pi. What is the answer you got? Minus 18 pi. Therefore, your integral over S curl f bar dot n bar is by Stokes theorem. Integral over C f bar dot dr bar is equals to minus 18 pi. Here the orientation of the boundary is also playing an important role. And always remember, by default n is the outward normal vector. Suppose somebody says n is the inward normal vector. Suppose if n is the inward normal vector, then the orientation of the boundary is to be given accordingly. In that case, inward normal vector means then the orientation will be anti-clockwise direction, like this. If it is an inward normal vector, then the answer would be just you have to change the sign. It is going to be plus 18 pi. But 99% nobody will mention the direction of the normal vector. By default, it is going to be outward normal vector. So this is the orientation that you have to take. Okay, so it's all depends on the problem, the surface, and as well as the function. Depending on the surface and the function, we'll be using the best method. Okay. So for that you require two things. You should be very good at integration. You should be able to visualize the surface, and you should see the orientation of the curve also. By default, we have to give the positive orientation. Okay. So with this, I'm concluding the discussion. Today, actually, I discussed the problem additionally. And before ending the session, I would like to discuss some more points.